We are on to week 11 of the 2019 NFL season. What is going on, y'all? Fast Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, guys, if you do so. And while you're at it, turn on my post notifications by hitting the bell icon down below. And make sure to follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen for that. So I'm here to give you guys my picks and predictions for all games in Week 11, give you a quick summary, and then pick against the spread. I will start, of course, by giving you guys a recap of how I did last week and my record up until this point, and then move on to the Week 11 game. So let's get started. So how did I do last week? Well, I'm glad you asked, okay? I went 8-5, okay? So still decent week, but not where I want to be, but I did manage to pick two big upsets. I said that the Vikings would beat the Cowboys, which they did in Jerry World. And I said the San Francisco 49ers win streak, or their undefeated streak, would end against the MVP, in my opinion, Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And that also happened. So I'm very happy about that. That it's hard to predict upsets, folks. I'm telling you right now. You can always be safe and pick the favorite teams, but upsets are hard, and I'm going to try to capture them again this week. So going 8-5 last week put my overall record to 87-57-1 on the year. So I've been tracking my record every single week. So 87 correct games predicted, 57 incorrect, and 1 tie. Okay, so that's how I've done up until this week. Let's make sure I note that down. And now let's talk about Week 11. We'll start with the Thursday night game, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. The spread is -3 in favor of the Cleveland Browns, who are coming off a pretty impressive win against the Buffalo Bills, who are, of course, a good team, and they're in the hunt for the playoffs. Cleveland, again, it might be too little too late in terms of their playoff aspirations, but I like the way that this team has finally started to pick up. They got Kareem Hunt last week. He was a big help for them, okay? And you're going up against a Pittsburgh team who is red hot, especially on defense. But Cleveland at home, with all their weapons, especially now with Kareem Hunt, their defense being very solid, even though last week they were okay. I will go with the Cleveland Browns here. I'll do it. I think they can pull it out here against a rookie quarterback in Mason Rudolph. They should be able to slow him down. I know James Conner's back this week, but I just believe that Browns are going to finally start to put it all together and go on an end-of-the-season run. Whether or not they make the playoffs, that's a different discussion, but I do believe they will be able to win this game. The spread is -3, so I will take the 3 points in the Browns to win. Let's move on to the Sunday games. We'll start with the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. This should be a very fun game. Deshaun Watson versus Lamar Jackson. Boy, Lamar Jackson, he has been special. If you have not seen the run that he had against the Cincinnati Bengals, go watch that right now. You are doing yourself a huge disservice if you have not seen that run. That was one of the greatest runs I've ever seen in my life, okay? Fantastic play by Lamar Jackson, and he's been fantastic this year. And he's at home. Again, the Ravens are at home. They favored by 4 in this one. I like Lamar to keep the train rolling, folks. This Texans defense very overrated. They lost J.J. Watt. They traded away Jadeveon Clowney, who wreaked havoc for the Seattle Seahawks against the 49ers. So their defense is bad at this point, and Lamar should be able to do whatever he wants. He's at home, so that means the Ravens defense should be able to, be competent against Deshaun Watson. I like the Ravens here straight up to win this game. I'll even take the 4 points. I believe the Ravens win. Let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers coming off a close last-second loss to the Green Bay Packers on the road, but they're back home, favored by 6 in this one against a bad Atlanta team, although last week they played very well against the New Orleans Saints in a big upset. But the Falcons did lose Devontae Freeman, so they will be rolling out Brian Hill this week. Listen, the Panthers with CMC, who, again, if you're not taking quarterbacks into account, he's the MVP. He really is. I mean, the award always goes to the MVP, so award always goes to the quarterback. That's why I say Russell Wilson's the MVP. But if we're being fair, Christian McCaffrey is the MVP. I mean, straight up, he's been that unreal this year. And I like how Kyle Allen's been playing, folks. So I think the Panthers handle their business here on the road, but the spread is -6. I'll take the Falcons here to cover that, even though I'll take the Panthers to win straight up. Now let's move on to Dallas at Detroit. Now this game actually does not have a spread right now. I believe that is because the status of one Matt Stafford is unknown at this point. But let me just give you guys my prediction with both the scenarios of Stafford being in and Stafford being out. If Matt Stafford is in, then I believe Detroit pulls off this upset. I really do. Listen, folks, this Lions team, they are underrated. They have been good this year. Their defense, I guess run has been bad, but their offense has been very good. Okay, Matt Stafford is having a career year. Kenny Galladay has been phenomenal. Marvin Jones has been good. I mean, just overall, this Lions offense has been very solid. And Dallas just hasn't shown me the ability to beat a good team. Okay, they just pick on these bad teams, and that's how they've got their record right now. So I will take the Lions to win this one if Matt Stafford is in. If he's out, give me the Cowboys to win that one easy. I mean, it'll probably be Jeff Driscoll starting again. That won't be a game. I'm sorry. So Matt Stafford, if he's in, give me the Lions. If he's out, give me the Cowboys. Let's move on to the Jaguars at the Colts. The spread is -3 in favor of the Indianapolis Colts. We don't know if Jacoby Brissett will be back this week. That is the likely expectation. But even if he is, I'm taking the upset here. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars with Nick Foles coming back. People forget Gardner Minshew did get benched. Minshew Mania is in fact over. But they're getting a Super Bowl MVP bet, folks. Nick Foles is no slouch here. And listen, I know he got hurt again in the first game of the year, so people haven't really seen Nick Foles with the Jaguars, but he should be able to do some things. I know the Colts defense is decent, but I feel like Jacoby Brissett is absolutely not 100%. He's going to be compromised, which means this offense is going to be compromised, which means I don't believe they will be able to put up enough points. And I do believe that Nick Foles is going to be able to move the ball a little bit. So give me Nick Foles and the Jaguars on the road to upset the Colts in this one. Let's move on to the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to the Dolphins, man. They've won 2 in a row. And it's just nice to see. Look, I know a lot of people, especially Dolphins fans, want you guys to tank because you're losing the #1 pick. But it's just hard to tell teams to lose. Like how do you tell the players to just lose? Like you need to build a winning culture. I get it. It makes sense, to be able to lose and try to get a higher pick. But it all starts with the foundation and a culture. And I believe, again, it's good that the Dolphins are winning games in a way. Okay? But it ends here because the Buffalo Bills are not losing this one. They're still a very good team. I know they lost to the Browns, but the Browns, again, they have talent. Even if they haven't been able to put it together, they have talent. Give me the Buffalo Bills to win this one on the road, but I do believe the Dolphins have a chance to cover, and I'll take them to cover this -6. Again, it's a division opponent. They're always tough. These division games are tough. Go just, like I said, look at the Falcons and the Saints. What happened? Nobody predicts that. These division games are very sketchy, but I'll take the Buffalo Bills to win that one. Let's move on to the Denver Broncos at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 10.5 in this one. They're going up against Brandon Allen at home with their team fully healthy. Did I mention they're at home? Did I mention they're playing a rookie quarterback, Brandon Allen? This should be a rout. I will take Minnesota. I will still take the points as well. No further analysis needed. Vikings win that game. Let's move on to the Saints at the Bucks. Again, another division game. Saints favored by 5.5. Now again, they got their shock last week with the Falcons upsetting them, but I don't believe they'll let it happen again. This is still, of course, a Saints team which is very good. And Drew Brees just had a bad game. Again, these division games tend to go, like I said, all over the place. And it's hard to predict them, but I do believe the Saints should be able to win this one. But again, because of what I just said about these division games, I'll take the Bucs to cover. They've still been able to put up points no matter who it's been. Say what you want about Jameis, but this man puts up yardage, he puts up points, and he puts up numbers. So give me the Saints to win, but the Bucs to cover the 5.5. Let's move on to the Jets at the Redskins. And the Redskins are favored in this one. I believe by 1. And I don't understand it. Look, this Jets team gets, again, they get no respect, and I get it. But this Jets team is not devoid of talent. They're not. I mean, Sam Darnold is a competent quarterback, okay? Le'Veon Bell, he's still a very good running back. Jamison Crowder, Robbie Anderson. I mean, this team is not devoid of talent, folks. I believe they can beat this Washington Redskins team. I know Dwayne Haskins is starting, and besides Terry McLaurin, they don't really have anybody that scares me. I'm sorry. I know they're getting Darius Guys back, which I'm happy about. I just hope he stays healthy, knock on wood. But give me the Jets in this one, folks, to win at Washington. They get no respect, and it's sad. Again, they have nothing to play for, but at this point, it's pride. I'll take it. Cardinals at the 49ers. I am not trying to pick against the 49ers again. They're going to be mad, angry, and take it all out on the Cardinals in this one. They're favored by 11.5. I'll take the 11.5 because this should be a rout against the Cardinals. Let's move on to the Bengals at the Raiders. Spread is 10.5. That's a lot. I like the Raiders. They've been very good this year. I think they'll win this game because, again, the Bengals are awful and they're playing for the number 1 overall pick. They haven't won a game. But I think they can keep up, and I think they can cover the 10.5. So I'll take the Raiders here. Again, there's really no analysis needed here. The Bengals are awful. But I think the Bengals can stay relatively close, or they can score in garbage time. There's a lot of ways they can cover this with Ryan Finley, the new quarterback. Let's move on to the New England Patriots at the Philadelphia Eagles. This should be a good game. Patriots favored by 3.5. Patriots, of course, coming off a loss. You know Bill Belichick hasn't left his office. And you know he's going to come out with a game plan to stomp this Eagles team. I know New England's on the road, but I'm not betting against them after a loss. I believe they're going to come into Philly and stomp them. Give me the 3.5 and the Patriots to win this one against the Eagles. Chicago Bears at the Los Angeles Rams. This is the Sunday night game, and I made a whole separate video for this, so you guys go check it out there. Spread is -7 in favor of the Rams. I'm picking the Bears straight up in an upset, folks. I think the Bears can beat the Rams here. The Rams are 5-4 with 5 very suspect wins. They've beaten teams like the Falcons, the Bengals, the Saints without Drew Brees when he got hurt. So this Rams team hasn't been very good. Jared Goff hasn't been very good. And I believe this Bears team can come in and shock some people. On the road, Mr. Trubisky had a good game last week, 3 touchdowns against the Detroit Lions. So let's see if he can keep the momentum going. But again, full analysis in the other video, but I'll take the Bears straight up in that one. And finally, the Monday night game, the Chiefs at the Chargers. Would you believe Patrick Mahomes has lost his last 3 full starts? That will not continue. Again, this is a division game, which I keep telling you, these things are very much, all over the place. Spread is 3.5 in favor of the Chiefs, but I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes to lose another game, okay? Chiefs will win. The Chargers, you can never depend on them, but they'll somehow find a way to cover this because that's what the Chargers do. So give me the Chargers to cover, but the Chiefs to win. There you have it. My picks and predictions for Week 11 of the 2019 NFL season. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Leave your picks down below. As always, thanks for watching.